Why is it going to be pivotal today? This game is very pivotal. Can Stefanski finally show the world why he's so high on Dillon Gabriel? Show me. I'm willing to see. I know last week we ran a lot of Wildcat. We pointed out some of the things that hit a little different. We're going to see, right? Well, let's take a look at these receipts. Courtesy of ESPN. Got a couple of receipts here to look at, if you don't mind me.
It just seems to me like the Cleveland Browns, again, for better or worse, and I'm not suggesting this is the organization that you should have blind faith to the quarterback position in, obviously, but for better or worse, they deem Dillon Gabriel as the better player now and the one they want to get a longer look at.
Well, obviously, my good guy, you haven't watched the whole. Rewind the tape and we'll go over the film session with you. I understand you're national. You don't have time to go over film. Who needs to know about any receipts in film? But go ahead, right? They've deemed. Here's your problem. This is why it's pivotal. Because he is correct. In their mind somewhere, I don't know how it happened, but the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, have decided that Dillon Gabriel is somehow the quarterback that they're going to die on that hill with. I've never understood it at all, but you can see why. You can see why this could be problematic.
Blind faith to the quarterback position in, obviously, but for better or worse, they deem Dillon Gabriel as the better player now and the one they want to get a longer look at. I don't think he's on the clock. You guys do? You think if Dillon Gabriel has a kind of blah performance against a really smart New England defense?
He done already started. Man, listen, these people are masterminds at the school of deflection. I mean, I don't know where the school of deflection that they got. Remember everything is this. Listen, this is why this. I don't care what y'all saying. Maybe they're saying this is surgical. Everything I say weaves and goes, and exactly, you got to listen to the first verse to get the second verse. Remember what I said about the not being honest arbiters. He starts with for better or worse, this is the Browns' evaluation. Then he goes to, well, I understand Dillon Gabriel isn't playing well, but even if he doesn't play well, that doesn't matter. Then he moves from that to, because they like him so much, and it doesn't, what happens on the field doesn't matter, because now in 26, they're going to get another quarterback. It's the same script. Y'all in the same text chain? Are you in the same text chain? But the problem is when you get people to talk long enough, hit the like button. Watch what the lady on the side says. I don't know her name. The young lady on the side just blew the cover. She blew the cover. You can't be. She was like, we talked about this before.
The organization that you should have blind faith to the quarterback position in, obviously, but for better or worse, they deem Dillon Gabriel as the better player now and the one they want to get a longer look at. I don't think he's on the clock. You guys do? You think if Dillon Gabriel has a kind of blah performance against a really smart New England defense, you think all of a sudden Shedeur's in?
Well, I don't know what the motive is inside the building. And by that, I mean, is the motive to determine what you have across the board in your quarterback room so you can be informed moving into next year's draft as to what you have? Or is your motive to see what the guy who you drafted first in this quarterback room, obviously Dillon Gabriel taken in the third round, Shedeur in the fifth, is to get enough runway for him to make a very informed decision on him specifically? And it feels like that's where we're trending, is that they want to make sure that Dillon Gabriel gets enough of a runway as a rookie quarterback being inserted into this position at a certain point in the season that they know definitively what they have in him, not necessarily in the quarterback room as a whole.
See, this is what I could understand. This is the same. When you cut, this is the screenplay we talk about. So we talk about actors on a string, actors all playing a role, even in plays. You ever see somebody and they say, you just broke character? It's every once in a while where you see people and they say something and it's almost like they take down the veil and it's real for like 3 to 5 seconds. Shout out to my man Darren Smith. For 3 to 5 seconds, they just get it. See, the reason why women, that's why you can always, when a woman says something, it's something about their intuition a little bit. It's something about something. God give women something that just be in there. When you can birth children, when you can create life, I feel like God gives them an extra set of antennas and awareness. Because as a woman, you need to be able to create life. You need to be able to protect life. You need to be able to have that motherly instinct. You just know. I think my mom know every single time I do something. When your wife look at you and she look at you disappointed, you're like, dang, is she looking at me? Does she know? She said something. See, a woman knows within 3 to 5 seconds if she messed with you or not. All that wearing you down stuff, I'm going to wear her down. I'm going to ask her on dates 5, 6 times. No. They know within 3 to 5 seconds if they like you and if you got a shot. It's up to you not to talk her out of it. But her intuition originally is, okay, I'm going to give him a shot. Watch how succinctly she puts it. She knows that in her life, somebody done tried to wait her out and wasn't it. Somebody tried to talk to her and she's like, he's a good dude, but it ain't it. He's a nice guy, but this ain't it. He's a cool dude, but he's more of a friend's box. Ain't no spark there. This spark that she gets, she says, I just feel like, yeah, that's their guy. Yeah, it's not to look at Shedeur to give this guy enough runway to prove that he's somehow a guy. And she understands that trying to prove that you're a guy really don't happen all that often. Here we go. Bring it back.
Feels like that's where we're trending, is that they want to make sure that Dillon Gabriel gets enough of a runway as a rookie quarterback being inserted into this position at a certain point in the season that they know definitively what they have in him, not necessarily in the quarterback room as a whole.
Here's what I'll say. We saw 4 games with Joe Flacco. We're going into the 4th game with Dillon Gabriel. They've got a bye week after that. If Dillon Gabriel doesn't show better than he has in the first 3 outings, then Shedeur Sanders' time needs to be then. They should take the bye week, extra week to prepare to get Shedeur Sanders ready to go into the game. This season has always been about the Cleveland Browns getting as much information about the quarterbacks that they have under contract so they can make an informed decision about how they move forward with that position in 2026. We got to keep in mind, Deshaun Watson is entering the window to return to practice. He's going to be in the mix in the second half of the season.
This is hilarious. So let me tell you all y'all out there, as much as they hate on Shedeur Sanders, they can't stand Deshaun Watson. They may think that Shedeur Sanders is flashy and they don't want to see him get it out. But if you think they don't want to see Shedeur Sanders play, they don't want to stay. They don't want to look at Deshaun Watson. The level of vitriol that pops in people's head when they see Deshaun Watson is at the highest degrees. So for me, and as we deal with the young and the restless, General Hospital, Guiding Light, Bold and the Beautiful, even Passions. I don't know what Passions was. They had like, that was a wild little soap opera, bro. Passions was crazy. They had magic and it was kind of weird. Strange little era. Here's the thing, though. I just like seeing people squirm. Because watch when they mention Deshaun Watson's name and watch the level of the face. Watch his face when he mentions Deshaun Watson's face. It's just, matter of fact, I need to make myself smaller. Make this bigger. Let me see what I can do with this. Let me do this.
That's insane to me.
So that's a November, December window to return to practice. He's going to be in the mix in the second half of the season.
That's insane to me.
So that's a November, December proposition.
Right along. That's insane to me. Well, you better stop hating on Shedeur Sanders. You might want to play him.
You owe it to yourself through the investment in the draft pick in Shedeur Sanders, and quite frankly, the confidence that you showed in him by being willing to trade away Kenny Pickett, a guy that you gave away a draft pick for earlier this offseason.
He's now hitting home. He's now getting to the divide. The divide is palpable, the divide is real, and the divide tells you all you need to know about the power struggle. If Kevin Stefanski was this crazy about Dillon Gabriel and his plan, why has every quarterback that he has put a stamp of approval on been jettisoned in short work and short fashion? Pickett never even played it down. And that propaganda that they had for Kenny Pickett was palpable. Every beat reporter had the same joint. Pickett is this. We need to see what we got in Kenny. Kenny, obviously. Then when they traded him, they said, okay, cool. We're going to go to Joe. Joe's our guy. He's our quarterback. 4 weeks in, Joe gone. Now you're with Dylan 4 weeks in. If he was this hell-bent on not playing Shedeur, doing whatever he wanted to do, why in God's green earth would you be trading those people? Well, that's because he didn't trade them. The general manager and the owner did. So all this talk about, well, I don't think he's coming out. You don't know Jimmy Haslam, do you?
In order to keep him on your active roster, you owe it to yourself to find out what Shedeur Sanders can and cannot do. You absolutely do. And so to me, it is a missed opportunity if they stay the course with Dylan Gabriel after the bye, if Dylan Gabriel doesn't show significant improvement against the New England Patriots this weekend.
So let's say you're right about this. What's the point of Dylan Gabriel having ever played?
Now he's the super. I don't understand. I am talking about a fellow supercomputer. Dylan Gabriel is the best mark and highest platform of all time. He is the next version of evolutionary computer technology. Why would he play if he is going to be outshined by Shedeur Sanders? He's confused. How you confused? That just goes to show you probably didn't watch him.
What do you mean? To learn whether or not Dylan Gabriel can play.
And you've made the decision after 4 games?
Well, I don't think, here's the thing. It's not going to be perfect, Evan. And if you're not a first or second.
He's nervous. This ain't on the notes. This ain't on his notes. Do you see the energy in the room? The young lady is like, oops, I messed up. I shouldn't have said all that. Dang. Now I got the brother fired up over here. He said, when you get, it's not going to be perfect, Evan. He lays it out. Flacco got 4 games. This is going to be Dylan Gabriel's 4th game. Well, why is he playing then? To figure out if he can play or not? Well, that doesn't matter.
Second round pick, you don't get a ton of opportunities in this league. That's not how this works. The higher up you get drafted, the more opportunities, the more runway you get. Mm-hmm. Being a 3rd round pick guarantees you nothing.
So then Shedeur gets how many games? Like, because what if he looks like a rookie?
Well, Joe Flacco got 4. Dylan Gabriel can get 4. Shedeur Sanders can get 4. And then Deshaun Watson can get 5. And then you see what you got from there.
So your assessment of this would end up being a 17-game preseason for the Cleveland Browns for next year.
And that is our thesis statement, boys and girls. What did I tell you from day one about the quarterback competition? You, my good sir, are just now coming around. This is the look of somebody that's been hit with reality. So you meaning to tell me this season was all about playing games and not doing nothing? He's trying to get his script off, Maya. He's trying to get his script off, and Chris Canty is not letting him do it.
They made that decision when they traded down from the number 2 overall pick.
And you think they regret that now? Who is the second quarterback taken off the board?
Jackson Dart.
And how does he look?
I wouldn't want to sit across. Listen, I'm not sitting across from her in a divorce proceeding. That's the look of somebody said that I want 75%, not half.
Damn good.
I don't know that he would have looked that way there.
I'm just saying.
He looked pretty damn
You
good.
make that trade because you want to recruit some draft capital, and you're still in the same position right now where you don't have a franchise quarterback, and we're talking about Brian Daboll's.
Look at this man's face. Look at him. He's going to have at it. Look at him. He's going to have at it. He's going to talk to them in that green room.
The same position right now where you don't have a.
Look at that man's face. He's swiveling in his chair.
And we're talking about Brian Daboll's job maybe being saved because of how good Jackson Dart has been.
Fair, but the Browns arguably have had the best draft class of anyone in the NFL.
They won't even let him get this off. The Browns got the best draft class. Watch how they are tag teaming this man now.
Fell this year.
But you're never going to win without a quarterback.
The Giants draft class is better,
right?
By default,
because it's a quarterback.
Correct.
Well, because you got the quarterback, you got Abdul Carter, you got Kansas. The Giants draft class is better,
right? So
yeah, I'm seeing dividends.
Yeah, I'm seeing dividends. I'm talking returns on investment, my guy. Script over here is cooked. All right, fellas. Yeah, we're gonna get you out of here. I'm tired of seeing this man.
Understood, but I'm just saying. I think 2 things can be true. The Browns made the decision to not have the quarterback this year, and they also have a really good draft class this year. Now, let's go back to...
What did that mean? 2 things can be at once. They got a really good draft class, but they made the decision not to get the quarterback this year. Like, oh my gosh, this man's script game.
The extended preseason. By this math, 4 from Flacco traded, 4 from Gabriel benched, 4 from Sanders benched, 5, I can't even believe we're going here, from Watson.
Hey, you see that exasperation from Watson. Bro, you trying to cook that you're not even emotional right now. You trying to dig back. He's thinking in his head, I need to do something. He might flip the desk over or something and say, look, blue alligators. This man, he's swimming.
Then you have to ask the question, what if he plays and he's good?
Then Deshaun Watson is your quarterback in 2026.
Think about the words you just uttered.
Look at the woman. The woman's like, I lost a lot of respect for you. I mean, you're taking L bad. Chris Canty's like, I mean, what are you talking about?
That Deshaun, it's
you're
on
not
the
gonna
table.
move on. You're not going to move on from Deshaun Watson if he's good in the final 5 games.
Is that the best scenario from them because they're paying him so much money? For him to actually come back and be good?
Because
she's trying to save him. You see the look? Give me the look. Listen, I'm trying to save you here. I'm going to go to the Watson angle, and we're going to get into something old. We're going to say it's the best option for the Browns. We'll call it a dumpster fire, and Watson to cover the fact that you got cooked on the whole Shedeur Sanders thing. Look, come on now.
it allows you to do what we've said all along.
Look, you see his boy? You know what? There you go. That's what we...
Which is, imagine if, and we did it with Gabriel and Sanders, imagine if you find a quarter.
Now he's moving along. He's moving along. Okay. We got to get you up out of here. We're done watching you. I just wanted y'all to show what it. I just wanted to show it. Y'all been really good sports. I want to get to your comments. I told you we wasn't gonna play too much. We weren't gonna do too much. I just wanted to show you. G. Bush didn't say none of that. I usually come in here and tell you two hours about how I feel. I just wanted to hold the mirror up and say, maybe all these guys are pandering. Maybe I wasn't the only one that said, hey, if you don't do anything this game, they're going to look at doing something during the bye week. Mary Caden said he's ready. You're looking around and saying, bro, what are we talking about here? You try to float the idea that Dillon Gabriel can come out here and look bad against the Patriots, and all of a sudden it's predetermined and it's nothing, no cost, there's no issue, there's none of that. Come on, man. You tried it. But there's a thing called the Barbershop. We're on Saturdays, and we don't really let you get that off over here. We don't.